Well, good evening, family. Once again, we are back because today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. And because it's Tuesday, you know what we do on Tuesday. We have another amazing hidden gem for you. Of course, my name is Mark Scott. I'm a co host here on both sides of the conversation. And I am not by myself, even though I am fighting off the flu right now. Thankfully, instead of the bishop, I have Sister Ayo here with me. Sister Ayo, how are you doing? Say something to the community.
Good evening, community. I am doing well. Sorry to hear that you are under the weather, but I know you've been fighting it and you've been trying to make sure you take care of yourself and your beautiful young lady. Yes, in the absence of our wonderful, fearless leader, we are here tonight with one of our favorite segments, Hidden Gems, and we have an amazing, amazing guest for you guys tonight. Can't wait to present to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as we do have an amazing guest, we don't want to belabor the moment. Community, we are committed to making sure we get out all the information and current news events. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the headlines now. Excuse me. And our first world headline reads Uganda asks China to go further in opening up its market for African products. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni has praised his country's long standing relationship with China while asking the Asian economic giant to open up more of its huge market to goods from Africa. In a meeting on the sidelines of last week's non aligned movement summit in Kampala, Museveni told Chinese Vice Premier Liu Guzong that greater market access for African products would benefit Africa and China. Also, in national headlines, manslaughter trial begins for Jennifer Crumbley, mother of Michigan school shooter. Jury selection began on Monday in the trial of Jennifer Crumbley, the mother of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley, over her alleged role in the November 2021 attack at Oxford High School that left 4 students dead and 7 others injured. Ethan Crumbley's parents, Jennifer and James Crumbley, have each been charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection with the attack, a rare case of parents being charged in a connection to a child's mass shooting. Jennifer and James Crumbley each pleaded not guilty to 4 counts in December 2021, and the couple had to be captured in Detroit following an hours-long search when they did not turn themselves in for their scheduled arraignment. And also, in more local news, flash floods inundate homes in San Diego. A furious rainstorm unleashed record levels of rain on communities across San Diego County on Monday, inundating homes and overturning cars. Hundreds of people had to be rescued from flooded areas as the San Diego River surged over its banks, fueled by downpours that left the city grappling with the fourth wettest day in history. And finally, Andre 3000 to play 3-day residency in San Francisco as part of his new Blue Sun Live tour. Announced today, Andre 3000 is set to perform 2 shows at Bimbo's 365 Club on February 20th and February 22nd, and 2 at the Independent on February 24th. Ticket sales begin at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, January 24th. That'd be tomorrow. Again, the 29 show tour kicks off Monday, January 29th in Brooklyn and wraps up in March 9th in Los Angeles. Andre 3000 is also known as Andre Lauren Benjamin, will be joined by a live ensemble that includes multi-instrumental Nate Muraku, keyboardist Shariah Botafacina, and percussionist Carla Nina and Tony Parks. It's going to be a whole live lineup with Andre 3000, so please, community, don't forget to go check that out. And that will do it for the news. I'll turn it over to you, Sister Io, to get out the community events.
That sounds so inviting. Like, right? That's going to be awesome.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little iffy now. Old school Andre 3000 was the lick, but this flute Andre 3000, I don't know if I'm feeling the same way. But hey, he's an artist. Respect.
Hey, there's a niche for everybody. You got to try to experience something, right?
You gotta try. That's
Right.
definitely different.
And on to our events for this evening. Booker T. Washington Community Service Center and the San Francisco Planning Department hosts African American Historic Context Statement Community Forum on Wednesday, January 24th from 5:15 to 7 p.m. at the Booker T. Washington Community Center. Refreshments and prizes will be provided. San Francisco OEWD is hosting community virtual budget discussions on Wednesday, January 24th and the 25th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. to discuss economic development programs and resources. Please RSVP for this event. CASC is hosting a job fair on Thursday, January 25th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Community Assessment and Service Center. Build your future with the APRI Construction Training Program and gain a OSHA 10 certification, in immediate job support. January APRI construction training dates are from January 22nd to the 26th. Sign up at the info below. Wu Yi's Children's Services second annual New Beginnings Community Festival on January 27th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Wu Yi's Kirkwood. Adopt a Yard Tree, family wellness resources, music and dance performances, children's play zone, and vendors. New Beginnings and partners host De La Cerda Family. You Are Not Forgotten, Baby Phoenix and Emily. Peaceful demonstration and vigil on Saturday, January 27th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the San Jose City Hall. The Mentoring Men's Movement monthly breakfast is moving. Effective January 27th, 9 to 10:30 a.m., the new location will be at the Joseph McPhee Center. Women are welcome, and a $10 donation is requested but not required. Join for a great discussion, support, and delicious breakfast. OMI Cultural Participation Project will present The Wiz on Saturday, January 27th at 7:30 p.m. at the Golden Gate Theater. See the link below. San Francisco Rec and Park presents City Job Fairs 2024, January 27th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Hamilton Recreation Center. Black History Month Remembrance on Sunday, January 28th, 2 to 3:30 p.m. at the Bayview Linda Brooks Burton Branch Library Community Room. This event is in remembrance of Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. Still need your real ID? OMI Cultural Participation Project and partners are serving San Francisco's D11 with drop-in appointments for the 94112 and the 94132 residents only on Wednesday, January 17th through the 31st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Casa de la Apoyo. Must bring proof of residency. Five Keys Schools and Programs is offering the Tech Support Access Program throughout the month of January at the Southeast Community Center. The African American Arts and Culture Complex invites you to the Season of Black Art inaugural event, introducing the October 2023 through February 2024 season at the AAACC, kicking off a captivating celebration of Black creativity and culture with special guests and performers. For more information, for free tickets, please register at the link below. Dreaming Forward's Black to San Francisco is a day-long conference that is open to the public and will celebrate DKI's accomplishments and look ahead to future successes on Thursday, February 1st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the War Memorial Veterans Building. The African American Cultural Heritage Action Fund is accepting grant applications. The deadline for submissions is February 1st. Black to San Francisco, an evening celebration will be held on Friday, February 2nd from 5 to 8 p.m. at City Hall, North Light Court. All are welcome as we gather in honor of HBCU's alumni and Divine Nine members. Come out to the 14th annual Bayview Black History Month and Lunar New Year celebration on Saturday, February 3rd from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Bayview YMCA. There will be cultural performances, toy giveaways, games, raffles, food, and community resource information. Into Action presents Equity Keys Series, a housing resource fair on Saturday, February 3rd from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Geneva Powerhouse. San Francisco Rec and Park presents City Job Fairs 2024, February 3rd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the County Fair Building. San Francisco OEWD will host a community virtual budget discussion on Tuesday, February 6th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. to discuss economic development programs and resources. Please RSVP for this event. Black Star Rising Freedom Academy is accepting registration from San Francisco Unified School District's 8th grade students only for Saturday STEM and culturally relevant engineering concepts programs on Saturdays, February 17th through April 20th from 10 a.m. to noon at San Francisco Unified School District's iLab. Deadline to register is February 7th. Save the date. San Francisco Water, Power, Sewer, SECC, and the San Francisco OEWD invite you to celebrate Black History Month with us, February 8th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Southeast Community Center. San Francisco Brown Bombers host the 2023 Awards Banquet to celebrate 24 years of excellence on Friday, February 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the St. Mary's Cathedral. The 2023 rostered participants and 2 parents may attend for free, $10 for any additional guest. San Francisco date for Quiche Cares' 3rd annual Give Back Day on February 10th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Ruth Williams Opera House. Register to provide resources or volunteer. African American Achievement and Leadership Initiative hosts the annual Board of Education's presentation on February 13th and at 6:30 p.m. The presentation will center the experiences of Black students, their families, and Black educators in SFUSD. Arrival by 6 p.m. is suggested, and in-person public comment is greatly needed and appreciated. The San Francisco Alliance of Black School Educators presents the annual African American Honor Roll celebration on February 16th at 5:30 p.m. at the Chase Center. Mr. Predictor Live and Unplugged presents the 30th anniversary celebration with Selsky, aka Two Took, and special guests on February 22nd at Brick and Mortar. Tickets are $30 online, $250 VIP tables, includes 4 drink tickets. Third Parent and Family Youth Services will host the Financial Literacy Workshop series on Friday, February 23rd from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Google Community Space. This is a free event and is for high school students. Registration is required. The YMCA and DKI invite you to the Black History Parade and Community Party on February 24th. The parade starts at 11 a.m. from the Bayview Opera House and ends at the Southeast Community Center. The community party starts at 1:30 p.m. at the Southeast Community Center. Food, entertainment, kids zone, and so much more will be offered. San Francisco, save the date. Author Outdoor Afro Founder will present Trailside Talk, Nature Swagger with Rue Map on February 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Echo Center in Hiram Park. See the link below. Into Action announces the Black Culture Preservation Mini Grant Cycle 3, opening on January 25th and closing on February 26th from March 1st to May 31st. You can get up to $9,500 in funding for Black culture preservation events in the Tenderloin, Lakeview, Sunnydale, Visitation Valley, and OMI. New Doors presents a 6-month paid internship that includes supportive services, skill building workshops, and paid $19.44 an hour. The next cohort begins on February 27th. Weekly training on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Legacy African American Support Group is a safe space for African American caregivers to discuss relevant topics and life challenges. They meet every Wednesday from January 24th to February 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. via Zoom. Gift cards and certificates will be given upon completion. 5 Keys School and Programs will host the Introduction to Google Workspace workshop series on Tuesday, February 6th through March 5th, and Thursday, March 7th at the Southeast Community Center. Mornings and afternoons are available. Because Black is still beautiful and Stand in Peace will host the Harriet Tubman Day Brunch and Underground Shiro ceremony on Sunday, March 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Southeast Community Center. Come out for Estate Planning 101 with housing and economics rights advocates HIRA on the second Thursday of each month from February 8th to June 13th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the Booker T. Washington Community Service Center. Registration is required. SOA presents City is Mine Technology and Sports Camp. It's scheduled April 2nd through November 26th from various times in various locations. Ages are 7 through 16. Please see the link below. SECC invites you to join us at the Hungry Cafe from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the co-working eatery and social space Delicious Bites and local coffee at the Southeast Community Center. SFOEWD and Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center are offering business support services for small business entrepreneurs in Bayview and Fillmore in the San Francisco. Dream Team announces buy, sell, trade, side swap, and co-consignment. All sneakers here are sold below market rate. Minding Our Black-Owned Business initiative, powered by BWOPA, Tile honors outstanding Black women entrepreneurs who embody the spirit of cooperative economics. Nominate your favorite Black-owned business. DKI announces the Senior Home Repair Program with an up to $50,000 forgivable loan to low to moderate income senior and or disabled homeowners residing in the historical distressed and underserved neighborhoods in San Francisco. San Francisco Human Rights Commission has a regular bi-monthly commission meeting on the second and fourth Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. in the San Francisco City Hall Room 416. You can also attend via Zoom. Fathers to Founders hosts child support clinics every Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 232 6th Street. Receive essential guidance on child support debt reduction, resolving driver's license holds, pursuing custody of your children, and establishing visitation rights. For clinic appointments, call the number below. Dreamkeeper announces the Down Payment Assistance Loan Program. You could receive up to $500,000 for down payment assistance, up to $30,000 for closing costs, and connect with housing counselors, lenders, and realtors. Walters Wellness Group invites you to Sip and Paint Center every first, third, and fifth Friday, where you can unwind and set the tone for your weekend. Fueled by tea, creativity, and grounding, hosted by Dr. Kathia Walters and the Walters Wellness Group. Join Fathers to Founders for Fatherhood Reimagined Therapy Group sessions, held every Tuesday night from 6 to 7:30 p.m. ongoing at 232 6th Street in San Francisco. There will be food served at each service and session. For more information, see the link below. APRI is hosting youth workshops offering job referrals, resume building, skill building, internship, professional networking, and community services hours at 1301 Evans Avenue in San Francisco. To schedule a Zoom or phone appointment, see the link below. Come out to Fillmore's Friday Night Market every Friday from 4 to 9 p.m. on O'Farrell Street between Fillmore and Steiner for live music, barbecue, soul food, frozen desserts, retail vendors, games, and kids, a Domino's tournament, prizes, and entertainment. Vendor booths are available. The new vaccination site offers the COVID-19 booster and monkeypox antiviral pill treatment. Thursdays, 1 to 5 p.m. at 330 Ellis Street, as well as Saturdays, 12 to 4 p.m. at 1221 Mission Street. The community living room open all day, Monday through Friday, breakfast 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and grab-and-go lunches from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. at the City of Hope Cafe, 750 Ellis Street in San Francisco. The San Francisco Office of Financial Empowerment announces Smart Money Coaching, with providers free confidential one-on-one financial guidance. The program is available to anyone living, working, or receiving services in San Francisco in English or Spanish, with additional translation services as requested. The Bayview Collective and BSOTC are calling all Bayview community members to help shape the future of our community together. The Bayview Collective is conducting a survey to tap into the heart of our district, you. Your insights will directly influence the initiatives we undertake to enhance the quality of life in our vibrant community. Take the survey at the link below. Be a mentor in San Francisco Unified School Districts. Join SFUSD's school-based mentoring program, Mentoring for Success. Sign up to volunteer as an individual or group mentor district-wide. BSOTC is calling on conscious individuals and organizations to sponsor our third annual African American History Bowling event and award ceremony. The award ceremony will be held on February 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. and the bowling event will be hosted on February 25th, 2024 from 2 to 5 p.m. For more information on sponsorship, please see our links below. BSOTC needs your skill and ability to engage the youth. We are looking for community members to participate in basketball and recreational activities and mentor youth on Saturdays at the San Francisco Juvenile Hall Detention Center. Stipends will be paid. Please see for more information at the link below. Would you like to promote your business, nonprofit, or community impact? Sign up for our Hidden Gems show, share your expertise on an Educational Thursday, or be a panelist on Sunday's conversation. Keep up with both sides of the conversation's latest shows and community outreach events. Follow us on all social media platforms. You can also subscribe to our newsletter at bsotc.org. BSOTC welcomes individuals who are interested in giving back to the community to join us as volunteers. We value the positive impact volunteers can make and invite you to be a part of our mission to uplift and support our community. BSOTC kindly requests your invaluable support for our podcast and community engagement endeavors. We cordially invite you to explore any of our donation links, as your generous contributions will greatly aid us in enhancing our programming. We would like to take this time to acknowledge the Dreamkeeper Initiative and its support for BSOTC's programming. The Dreamkeeper Initiative amplifies the voices of and invests in San Francisco's diverse Black communities to reform public safety and address structural inequities in San Francisco. Join us this Thursday for Educational Thursday with our guest, Patrick Young, on digital community violence prevention. We would like to announce also, we will not have a show this Sunday, but we will see you the following Tuesday. Thank you. Great. Oh my God, am I the only one without a soundboard now?
Technology says, I just wanted to give you your applause on that great job getting out on that information. It is a mouthful. And again, community, we are absolutely devoted to making sure you have all the information that we can provide. Now, with no further ado, let's get to the reason that we are here tonight on this Hidden Gems. And let me do a proper introduction for our guest. Her name is Marquita Sims. She's a mother of two and an advocate. She's a counselor and a woman of many hats. She advocates for reformative justice and homelessness. And the organizations that she works with are CGLA, CCH, The Fully Free, SHPA, FHP, and Alliance to End Homelessness. She's doing two campaigns right now. The Clean Slate Initiative with CGLA and Fully Free, and Bring Chicago Home with CCH. Mayor Brandon Johnson and other elite partner organizations, which will be on the ballot on March 2024. Please vote yes. Now, these two subjects are dear to her heart because she has lived expertise. She did 13 years in IDOC and then came home to flee from a domestic violence situation with family dynamics that caused her to end up homeless. And even when she lost her son back in April 2023, stood in her purpose, and she decided that she would be of service so that in the honor of her son, so many more could be saved. And with great sacrifices come great accomplishments. And because she is selfless, not selfish, Marquita endeavors to be wherever there is a great need to provide for the community. She is proud to be a voice to advocate for the greater good of the underserved. As such, she is removing the barriers that often prevent those with the greatest need to receive justice. She believes in the old adage, stand for something or fall for anything. The services that she provides are legal divorces, criminal justice expungement, record sealing, incarcerated mothers and fathers custody, and advocacy. And with no further ado, let us introduce to some and present to the rest of the world Miss Marquita Sims.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Miss Sims, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Of course, welcome to the platform. As you see, like I said, we may have some technical issues with the visuals, but we can hear you coming through loud and clear.
All right.
Please talk to the community, tell them a little bit about who you are and what you've got going on.
Well, my name is Marquita Sims, and I'm also, like I said, I'm an advocate. I wear many hats. I do a lot of things, and I didn't incur that. Also, I work with Women Justice Institute, whereas Colette Payne is the executive director, and we do um, for women that are coming out of incarceration because they need the most help because you have to incorporate the family again and stuff. So the reunification, they help them get back on their feet and work with them for far as to reignite their whole mind state. And we're working on a project with the women too because they're still going against the law that you don't supposed to lock women down while they're pregnant. They're still putting the handcuffs on them. So we're fighting for to better watch these officers. So I just want people to know that it's people out here that's fighting for the greater good and getting bills passed so that people don't have to go through the loopholes that I had to go through when I came out of incarceration because it was kind of hard to navigate the system, and I'm trying to make it a little bit easier so they can live and not just exist. Um, so when I do all of this programming and go through all the chains of commands to try to make sure that Black and brown communities that's impoverished have a better chance at life because people are not given that opportunity to activate their voice and actually feel the warmth of actually getting a bill passed and doing it themselves. And it feels so good once you start doing it because it's like, I really have a voice. I am valuable. I am somebody and I am human because people have put people down so much, but circumstances of poverty make circumstances even worse. So when you don't take care of the community, this is what you get back. So I try to give them resources that can impact their lives to be better because livable wages are needed. All that is incurred. And when people trying to make it, it's like we got to rob Peter to get to Paul. and we got is me, and then they don't understand it because they don't have to do it until it's presented at their doorstep, and then everybody want to announce the problem and actually activate something to try to call themselves so-called solving it, but they don't. They have as it, and it don't go right. So I just want people to have a better chance at life, and with us expunging and sealing and trying to give people the second chances and doing the advocacy thing. I feel that that venue alone to have a voice and speak volumes about what is happening and keeping it real when we go to the Capitol and talking to the people that it mean the most. Because just like when I go to Washington, D.C. or anything else and I speak on platforms or panels, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for millions that can't speak for themselves. And I feel that that's needed. And incorporate my voice is a meaningful attribute to so many that like Dr. King and Malcolm X has done. I'm in the background. They don't know about me, but I'm that mighty fist that make some stuff happen. Like I told you, boots to the ground. I ain't playing. I'm coming for they juggler, because these people, if we don't fight it ourselves, we ain't gonna never leave. Because people complain, you could complain all day, but what we gonna do about it?
That's right. I know that's right. I love that saying, boots to the ground. Let's get it. Okay. So I did hear you mention, you said when you were released from incarceration, what was your personal experience and or pitfalls with the justice system?
The justice system just release you. They don't even give you the, like, they don't want you to be thrive. So they don't give you the correct things to model how to come back into society, especially after a person have done a long period of time. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, you need counseling, because that's a whole rift of being torn away from family dynamics, people that you care about, all type of thing, and society within itself. And so the harm is done because they thinking that penal institutions are the main like problem solver, but it's not, because you're not getting to the root of the problem. First of all, most of them coming from poverty, and they're not adhered to make sure that like services are provided in the right spaces, because mental illness is real, trauma is real, and our little kids is having PTSD right now because they seeing people get shot in front of their face, whole bodies. I mean, it's a lot. And so to return to a society that don't love you back is kind of hard, because they don't understand, especially when you change your whole way of thinking and you process things differently, because you thinking on a level of trying to I'm on Black Wall Street. They still back there trying to make some. Let's go in a corner. So I don't want that. Like, I don't want that for my people. Like, so like I told them, don't nobody owe me anything. I came out here to get it. I ain't finna be sitting up there trying to make no excuses about, oh, well, I've been incarcerated and that. So when I had the opportunity and I was given this platform to actually activate my voice, they gave me the wrong mic. So now I ain't stopping. It's like I use that pain to create a beautiful atmosphere.
And since I'm glad you brought that up, because that's what I wanted to ask you about, because again, you lost your son. And again, people who don't live in the greater Chicago area, who don't know what Chicago is like, we see things on the news, we see stuff on social media, we hear stuff in music. Can you talk a little bit about what the reality of life is like in the greater Chicago area and how that kind of connected with your son's situation?
To live in Chicago, it's already hard just being a young Black male trying to survive and make something happen for yourself, because the odds are against you, because more than likely somebody gonna try to recruit you or try to make you do some things that's outside of your realm. And now the government has made it worse, because with all these new songs, these depression, these kids are suicidal because of the songs that's coming out, and it ain't doing nothing but promoting to go to jail, to pop pills, do lean, do this, do that. And so your kid is lost, like in a whirlwind, because social media platforms induce the violence. Like everybody in love with the YMW Melly, and I feel that that was a real impactful song for a lot of the young youth, because they're very impressionable. It's like murder on my mind. Who thinks like that? Like, y'all come on now, y'all release something like that. Y'all let it come out. So therefore, you know what your community is about, and it's already rough growing up, being impoverished in Chicago, and then trying to fight the odds of, shoot, am I gonna get busted down the street, or Now, cause see, they don't even have the loyalty like back in the day. They killing the babies. They killing your mama. They hitting your mama. They don't care. They fight everybody, and it used to be hands off for women and children, and now it's like the mental illness piece that kicked in, and so they don't care because they popping them pills and they off them pills and the the lean and everything else. So it's like they don't even have a value for life anymore.
I just want to first and foremost commend you on your work and having that fuel to continue to horse through this, um, using your tribulations and trials to overcome and have a triumph. I commend you on that, sis. Um, I can't say what it's like having to use that as your driving force, but I do appreciate the work that you're doing. When it comes to your reform personally, how have you utilized that in helping um, your clients? And what tools would you suggest for those who are coming out of incarceration and seeking your advice and advocacy?
Well, first of all, I give back what was freely given to me. Somebody took out the time for me and gave me a second chance. So when I look at my client, I personally, as a counselor, I'm going to make sure that I'm giving you my best me, which is be transparent and real as I can be, not all that jargon from only the books. I'm gonna give you some live expertise so that you can know that this is not no rhythm and rhyme thing. It's not gonna be easy. Everything is a process. So when you coming out of incarceration, my best bet is for you is to have somebody to have a peer mentor and have a person to walk you through this walk because it's different for everybody and everybody needs somebody, especially coming out of that dark place because you don't know how, what, when, and what where you gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So when you trying to navigate and everything else is like, who do I depend on? And like your family even change up on you. So because they don't understand how you like who is you? Like you be different and you be weird and quirky to them because it's like I'm trying to adjust to coming back out here and y'all still on that same old. And you trying to pull me back into that, and especially if you was a child going in and then coming out being grown, you trying to get your grown woman swag on or your grown man swag on. And how can you when society still want to hold you back and try to keep your mindset at that same tempo? But I feel like you should grab on to somebody that's trying to do something with themselves and not let go because like all my friends I hang with winners. They doing that thing. They did 30 plus and they out here doing it. When I say 30 plus, they had baby life and all type of stuff. And I am just so proud of them because they did not hold no bars. You know what I'm saying? They raised the bar for people that been out here for years and ain't doing nothing with their lives. And I'm like, you been out here all this life. You had doctors and all doctorates and all this, and then y'all still you locked up in a mind. And so when people locked up in a mind, I don't want to sit there and be like, oh wow, like what? You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand that you could be locked up in your mind and be free and not be free.
Wow, boy, you said a mouthful there, sis. And again, as somebody who's had experience making the transition coming out, um, I remember it hadn't been for my family that I had around me. And then, like, of course, at the time I was in ministry, so I got into the church. So those are kind of my support systems coming out. But for the area and the clientele that you're dealing with, What are some of the barriers that you see that are preventing them from being able to effectively navigate themselves out of the justice system? And how do you educate them to navigate to get the best possible outcomes?
Because first of all, the system is set up for failure. Because without failure, there will be no jobs for them. So they don't want you to have no like stability. So I rather tell them to, like I said, seek out you some peer mentor or somebody that's already out here like me doing some work, boots to the ground, making sure that some things are happening for you. Like we didn't pass bills, we didn't got things in order, trying to make it a little transitions a little bit easier and stuff like that for them. But if you gonna sit around and keep on going back to what you used to because you scared of to come out your comfort zone, you gonna keep getting the same results because you gotta sometimes just say, hey, I don't want to do that no more. And it's up to the person. And in the words of Harriet Tubman, I love her so much. I could have freed so many more if they only knew they were slaves. And it's so true. Because when your mindset is locked up and you don't know how to get up out of that phase, you're going to stay in that same complacent state where you're going to stay stagnant. And that's what I want to leave behind with my legacy is that no matter what trial or error that you may encounter, you don't have to stay stagnant. You could thrive past that.
That's amazing. So with your work, do you offer youth advocacy as well?
They also do youth because Cabrini Green Legal Aid work with youth. All the organizations that I usually work with, they work with the youth as well because they either homeless, they've been in the justice impacted just as well because you know how it go. Like I was saying, with the social media platform going on an all-time high, the mental illness is real, and it just we have to be ready for all of it. And then the youth homeless population has been at an all-time high in the Chi. So, and people don't be knowing it because it be at the school. So it's like you be at schools and colleges and they homeless. They actually homeless. They just there and they getting education. And how do you thrive and you homeless and you don't know where your next meal coming from? You don't even know where you gonna lay your head in. How can I even concentrate? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm on the Bring Chicago Home campaign because I believe housing is a must. You know what I'm saying? It's a human right, and I feel that everybody should be able to have affordable housing or some type of housing where it can have wraparound services to help these people because these people out here really need help. Like they is walking around like zombies because they took away all the mental health places and then expect community just to take care of them, but they medically not taking their meds, they not doing this, they not doing that. So now they off kilter because their chemical balances is not right. And then they want you to deal with it and just put it in there. Then so now everybody at each other's throat. You know what I'm saying? So they create problems for us so that we can be at each other and fight each other. Then we kill off each other. It's better for them because there's less people they have to worry about.
Sis, you ain't told no lies on this program tonight. I think this is probably one of the greatest frustrations for a lot of people here, particularly in America, with all the hypocrisy that we see. Because again, they politicians and lawmakers and people they talk about how they want to help people and what they want to do when they campaigning. But as you well know, those promises often go unfulfilled, and the people are left holding the bag. So
But that's why I love that Brandon Johnson. One thing for sure, he was an advocate before he even came into the game. So what they was trying to present to him, they couldn't even do that to him because his whole campaign was brought on our Bring Chicago Home. So he had to stand on it. And being an advocate already and a culturally competent world, he living on the west side. That's his best side. So all of them people gonna be on him like flies. Even though I'm from the south side, but I promoted it because he was an advocate already. He was doing this before he got into office, so he knew what he was gonna face when he got in there. So he is standing on his word. He did do his part, and now we got it on the ballot. All we do now is the public to be aware, to be alive, so we can make it happen and bring Chicago home and do the things that we need to do so we can make better communities. And then they be always crying about safety. Safety is if I ain't got the resources, where I'm going to go? I'm going to start stealing out your house. I'm going to eat your food. I'm going to steal your car. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. I'm rob Peter to get Paul, because for some fact, I don't got nothing over here, and you study take it from my community. So guess what? I'm coming to your neighborhood near you. So if you want that to stop, then you could do that by solving them to have their own resources so they can stay over there and leave yours alone if you want to stay rich and multiply your billions.
That is a great segue for my next question. So, does the city or county and state offer services that align with your activism and the advocacy work that you're doing?
Does the city? It depends on what you're talking about. Like it's some avenues, but they're not like in our community. We have to go out like north side. We got to go like further away from us. We can't just go in our neighborhoods and think that we're going to get all the valuable resources that would like be out in South Suburban Cook or somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna give us the privileges that they probably would give to them because they know the white counterparts is there.
So you have to outsource your resources to get them to come to you guys
Yes.
to get the same and equal opportunities.
Yes, we have, and then we have to link up with different programs like One North Side and stuff like that to make sure that these things are helping and healing our communities. And we have to work with other people that, we might not even want to work with, but you got to humble yourself sometime and bite your tongue down just to get what you need so your community can heal and thrive. So sometimes we got to know when to hold and when to fold.
Boy, I'm so glad you said that, sis, because one of the great things about Chicago and the history, when I was doing a little study, again, there's a gang culture aura about Chicago, a gangster persona. But within that, there's a lot of organization. There's a lot of structure that, if harnessed and utilized effectively in a positive direction, could provide a lot of boots on the ground, people that are actually in the community that could find a way to cooperate to solve problems, at the personal level. But I know also you're reaching out, trying to deal with different organizations and political committees. Are you seeing any conversation between the people on the streets or being organized and, talking about the changes that they want to see that are in alignment with what you're doing and what you're reaching out for, trying to get on the ballot?
Yeah, it's a lot of people that believe in what we're talking about. I just did a canvas on Saturday, and then I was shocked because it was in faces like me that was saying like, we need this. Like they literally was telling me like, yes, I want to see this happen, because it's like they talking about safety, but that would be safety because if these people had their own, they don't have to bother mine. So they thought about that, and they actually navigated how our verbiage was in our whole campaign and stuff like that. And they really are cooperative and they want to help. Like, you'll be surprised at people that will really take the initiative if you take out the time. So some of these platforms be good and some of these platforms be bad for people, because that's why I feel like in a children youth space, it should be limited, and they should be able to like be monitored, because as children, that has a lot to do with it too, because they on so many social media platforms that they forgetting life and they going mad. Like, you take their phone from them back in the day, if you took your stuff and you knew you was on punishment and you took it like a G. Now you take their phone from them, they about to die. They about to shoot you up and kill you and put you in the garbage and all type of stuff, and you about to fight your own kids. And I'm like, so this is dangerous. Like, where are we going to? Like, so it the coin is good sometimes and then it's bad sometimes. So to just like with them talking about AI, I don't believe that should be done, because you still nothing without us. Just like it can't move on without us, because it's about us. If you have lived expertise in any type of trauma, drama, dynamics of family dysfunction, anything, because everybody that I know of that was Black and brown communities, we have some type of dysfunctionality in our family dynamics. I don't care if you came from the richest of the richest to the poorest of the poor, you can understand dysfunction. So you could try to sugarcoat it all you want, but real recognize real, and you got to keep it 100 with yourself and stay out of denial space, so that you can know how to create a space, an atmosphere for the better humankind. Because we got to start loving one another and keeping each other accountable for our actions. Like, we don't do that no more. We used to do that. Like, come on now. You know that ain't right. Come on, little blah blah, whatever, But now they like, I don't care. That ain't my kid. I don't do that. I don't care what they do. Woo woo. And then, what if that is your kid? Then that he did. Because you didn't even take the initiative. And then I feel these kids be needing love. They be needing that old school OG discipline to try to get them in a mind state to get some type of structure. Like, they don't have no structure no more. It's nothing. It's like life is not valuable no more. Nothing's valuable no more. It's just, I'm out here in these streets, and like, the streets raising me, and ain't nothing you can do about it unless you gonna try to deconstruct yourself, trying to get them to be where you want them to be. But like, when I was in school, when I just graduated, because when my son passed, they was like, is you gonna walk across the stage? Because I'm magna cum laude. I'm like, yeah, why not? I worked hard for that. I'm finna take that. I got a dual degree. I'm finna do what I gotta do. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take that by the horns. You can't be letting stuff and barriers and stuff just dictate your life. Like, I am not my number. My number don't define who I am. I am Marquita. That number just happened. Stuff happens in people's life. I don't care who you is. You one step from poverty, even at the richest level, and you don't even be knowing it, because anything could happen. Like, the economy could crash. They won't know how to survive. We are true survivors, and if we start investing in each other and investing in each person that surrounds us as a community, and bringing it back to what it is, because it do take a village to raise these kids and stuff like that, then we will have a better space, because everybody will care about each other. They will have that nurturing. They will have that, if that missing father was missing, then you had a father figure somewhere. Because big bro down the street and act like that, he ain't gonna get your little out of here with that dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we lost our way. We ain't navigating, and then people don't want to take time with them no more. They don't want to sit down with the youth. They don't want to hear them. And like, I went to a meeting after my son had passed with the youth, and they were saying what they could say to their parents if they could say it. What would they be able to say? And they was like, listen to them, not just lecture them. So a lot of parents they just give them a phone, give them a laptop, give them a game, and say, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let that raise them. And instead of having social hours and going out and doing family gatherings and family things with people. They don't even do that no more. They don't even sit in the table no more. Everybody go in their room. Don't nobody want to be bothered with nobody. And it's like, how do you know what's going on with your kids? They probably 1 inch from wanting to kill themselves. It's a lot of suicidal with these young adults right now, and people don't even take that in consideration and stuff like that. And so I am that greater good that no matter where I'm at, like they was calling me Mama Bear at my college. Like, I love Mama Bear. Mama Bear gonna get us right. And they wouldn't smoke in front of me. They respected me. And you wouldn't even think that would come out of that community, but it does if you give that. And that's what I'm saying. It's not enough of it.
You're absolutely right. I believe lived experience gives you the expertise to connect and correct, especially when it comes to our youth. Um, it helps, but it's also imbalance because our children are exposed to so much. We didn't have social media growing up, our generation had outside, you know what I mean? So with everything that they've been exposed to, it's very important for us to take the time as the village to try and connect with them. So many people can tell a child or youth what they're doing wrong, but they don't take the time to actually understand why it is that they are crying out in this way. And that's what it is. It's a cry out. So with advocates like yourself and community leaders and people who choose to utilize their trials and pour back into somebody and using your experience to help and pour back into the village, that is needed in every community across America. And it's very, very important that we highlight people like yourself and making sure that the communities know that they have a voice, they have somebody to stand on their side, and you're not alone. And making sure that we connect with the parents too, to let them know that, hey, take the time out to actually talk to your kid. It's easy to bark orders at somebody, but to actually connect with them in order to help them to correct their own wrongdoings, it's way more powerful because that cycle can repeat. Then we can, in change, make sure that we are pouring that into each other. And I just wanted to say also, with the work that you're doing in the community, and yes, I saw a comment. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments, Miss Marquita. Sincerely, like congratulations, because you could have just thrown in the towel. But everything that you're doing with your live experience, um, how do you help those who are coming out of jail and trying to catch their bearings, giving your own live experience and as an example? Do you let them set the tone, or do you just kind of just say, hey, this is what worked for me, let's see what works for you?
Well, I give people the option of letting them breathe because, first of all, you need your first 30 days is vital in getting to know yourself. So they need therapy coming out of there. I don't care if you did 5 days, a month, a year, because your whole mental space, I don't want to cloud it when you first coming home. I want to be that person that you could come to. I'm that go-to because usually that's what people do. They be like, girl, how you doing it? Like, even through my son's funeral, my friend said the most, she made me cry. And I wasn't even crying, but she made me cry. She's like, I learned a new respect for you. Everybody was supposed to be embracing you, and you was embracing everybody else and making sure that everybody else was okay, even your friends and everybody else. How do you do that? Like, where do you find that strength? I said I had to pray because I knew that I was going to face something that no mother should have to painfully do. But in that endurance, it was to make me evolve and stand in my purpose, like I said, and be of service, so that some other parent don't have to endure them pains by themselves. So me having that experience, I can help people. Just like with all of the coming from incarceration, I can help bridge the gap for a person and let them know when they having those mental breakdowns, or when they thinking that they don't have nobody out here that understands where they coming from. Yes, you do. I'm here. I believe in you. You can do whatever you believe in. Because like I told you, I'm surrounded by winners. They got businesses, they own governments, they got city jobs. They was locked up, I'm telling you, 30 plus. I don't know nothing else but to win after that. You know what I'm saying? I thrive around the people that love on me. They loved on me. They embraced me through everything. They still stand on 10 toes down. They still come around. They not phony and fake and like, oh well, I made it. Forget you. No, they didn't build nonprofits so that they can give back to, and made sure that they incorporate us in anything, because without us, there's no us. So I appreciate that, to give back. Like I said, what was freely given to me, somebody took out the time for me. I'm willing to take out the time for anybody, because you don't know. Just that smile or that little hello or something could be that one step from that person killing themselves, or whatever that they might have been thinking. Because people, like I said, people be on the brink of depression. Depression is real. Mental illness is real. All this stuff is real. So you don't never know. Just your one encouraging word can make that person thrive from what they was feeling. And to empower them to be them authentic their authentic selves is the best invitation that I could ever get. Don't let nobody, just because you got a number, that ain't you. That's not who you are. You are whoever, whatever her name or his name is. And I've always told them, I give them that empowerment so that they can know they don't have to stay in that just because you got a number, or you homeless, or you know what I'm saying. So that's why I be telling people, quit trying to put them pronouns on me, because I've been in a box too long. Like strip me out the box. I'm brand new. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing with you. I gotta come out of that. Like, don't be putting them titles on me. I'm trying to make sure that this community know it's somebody to reckon with. So when I come through, people love my aura. I'm sure because I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm a caregiver. That's all I know to do. But at the same time, I'm fearless about what I do, because it's my passion. It's something that I love. I love people, and I want people to thrive no matter what background you came from. I just know that people need people. And without us, there's no us. I don't want nobody to be left behind. So no man left behind.
Well, sis, I know you said you don't like titles, but I'm gonna give you one. You are going to be our hidden gems hero. Like all heroes don't wear capes, and sis, the work you're doing, the energy that you have, the passion that you have, the results that you are getting are a true manifestation of what a real world hero is. And so, one, I just want to celebrate you and give you your flowers and thank you for the work that you do, because you're touching lives, and the lives you touch will have a ripple effect throughout history. But can you talk about, because you mentioned some of those, you run with winners, who are some of the people that have been there by your side through your process, that have supported you, that again, you on the program, you on the broadcast, like I said, we're gonna have a lot of people see this, and I want to make sure you get an opportunity to shout them out, mention them, because again, none of us are an island. We need our team. So who's been your team that's helped you?
Um, my sister Vanessa Nim, Back on My Feet. I love y'all, Back on My Feet. CCH family, my Shipper family, um, all the people that I had named earlier in my bio. Those people, I love all of y'all. My Women Justice Institute, Colette Payne. I love all of my CCH family, my everybody. They've been a bomb.com, because I mean, CGLA been by my side. I cannot ask for a better person to know so many that they was like, girl, don't worry about nothing. Like, you give so much to other people. Why wouldn't you think we'll be here for you? Like, you do a lot, girl. You still doing stuff, and you supposed to be sitting down, and your butt still going. Cause I cannot sit down. It's like my life would have ended. You know how them people that retire, if they retire, they die out. That's how I felt like my fire would die. I would die with it if I stopped at what I do because my work is not done yet. I have so much to do, and I feel like all of my family members that love me, my cousin Toya and them, LaShonda, all them, they be my day one, my A1s, Lynette, all these people that like all them, like they love me. And I love that they love me enough to let me be me and my unique weird way, because everybody feel that it's weird because I do things in my own time and I do how I do it. And when I come, they be like, you just so bold with it. Like everybody got you get when you out here on the field, you can't be it. Like I told you, I be having sometimes that Dr. King, then I have to have that Malcolm X in me. So I have to be militant. I can't let these people just run over me. You know, I have to take off my church dress for them. So they won't be thinking that I'm no punk, because the higher power ain't raised no punks. So and in the name of my godmother, I love her to death. Prosperity House, she did so much for me to make sure that I made it. The Grace House, St. Leonard's, them. I'm just telling you, I have so many people to give accolades to that they still stand by me through all of it. My journey, like being in books and everything, they was there for me. They like through all my accolades. Anything that I do, they just congratulate me on, and I just love everybody. I just want us to thrive, cause I'm telling you, I'm before I leave here, I ain't gonna have no cock wig. I told y'all I'm gonna have me a tee up funeral. Y'all ain't gonna never see no funeral like mine. It's gonna be a New Orleans style, because I love people and I'm not a sad person now, so I don't want no sad funeral. I told them already, and they be laughing at me. But the higher power has really took me through all of this, and I'm just so grateful and I'm humble about all of it. I never wanted to be in the limelight because I feel I'm better in the background to make it suspicious so I can sneak up on them. They don't even know what it happened, and they've been bit by the eye of the tiger, because when you don't know your competition, you can't deteriorate it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to shake them haters off, even though I had them undergrounds. But hey, I have a lot of organizations that stand 10 toes behind me. The Torture Justice Center, my baby talk. She did 30 plus. She has the Torture Justice Center. They do good work for people coming home from being incarcerated. They can come there to the center and get all help, like job training, jobs. She do sip and paints. She do movie. She rent out the whole movie theater for us and have us go to the movies and stuff. She be having all type of things for us, like the mic and everything else, and I love her for that. That's what I'm talking about. I deal with Willette. She a city, you know. If y'all don't know Willette Benford, I don't know what to tell you. She done been on there with Lori Littlefoot and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't tackle the best of the best, and so like I have some team of winners. And Colette Payne, she showed me how to advocate and navigate, and I just love her for that, because without her showing me that my voice counts and that I am somebody, and I ain't have to just because I came from where I came from doesn't make me less than, but it make me blessed then. Hey, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? So, yeah.
Well, I just want to say I hear the power in your passion. And thank you for shouting those wonderful women out that are in your village. We're gonna have to have some of them come on because we need to have that energy flowing. Okay, we need to get this out to the
They
community.
doing a lot of great things, y'all. I'm
I sounds like it. I
They-
can just hear the passion in how you're speaking so highly
Right,
of
because she like we would never think like she came from never coming home to coming home. She got exonerated, and guess what? She worked for the city, making 80,000. Come on now, tell me what he won't do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I
my
say
hats off to you, all you queens, all you
right.
queens,
So
the
I
entire
that's why I
organization.
say
My hat is
what
off.
they say you can't do. Hey, baby, that's why I said, don't nobody owe me nothing. I came out here to get it.
And
So,
get it, you have, sis. Again, I just want to make sure before we wrap up here, because you've given the shout outs, you've talked about your life, you've talked about the people that you help. If you had an opportunity to speak to the people, what is it that you want to make sure? What message, what word, what encouragement, what lesson do you want to make sure people get from the life that you live because you are such a force to be reckoned with, Miss Sims?
like I told you in my bio, with great sacrifices come great accomplishments because sometimes you have to shed yourself in order to thrive because we be all into ourselves to the point where we lose ourselves trying to caretake everybody else and then can't find yourself. So sometimes when you go into yourself, you got to just get selfless so you won't be selfish. And you got to make sure that you shed that old stuff away so that you can make sure that when you come, it's not checkers, it's chess. So I could checkmate out all those people that them naysayers that said this won't happen, just like they told me, oh, well, you can't get housing because you done been incarcerated. No, I got housing and without the pilot program. How about that? So what's for me is for me. And everything is a process. It may take time, a little more for another person than another, but it will happen. Just trust the process and keep the goals in mind that you want in life. And you will never fail yourself because you are your worst enemy. And if you let those ants in your head, that's where you will dive instead of thrive.
Well, it has been truly, truly an honor to have you on. And you are a gem that is no longer hidden from our communities. We thank you so much for coming on and sharing your light with us all. I just bask in your passion. Um, Everything you said hit home, and I really appreciate your transparency and vulnerability with sharing your story and your advocacy with our community.
Well, sis, anything you want to say before we let you step off of the platform for the evening?
Well, I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all for giving me this moment and letting me be the queen that I am and making sure that I be of purpose and standing in service right now because somebody out there that's listening, I might have help in some kind of form or fashion to let their guards down and let somebody help them and make sure that I planted these seeds on purpose.
Well, thank you again for giving us the opportunity to bring you to the platform. Please do not be a stranger. You are now part of the Both Sides of the Conversation family and community. So anything that we can do to support, encourage, get the word out for what you've got going on, please don't hesitate to shoot it.
Tell them vote yes when they March 19th. Vote yes. We want to bring Chicago home.
There you go.
That.
So yeah, please send us the flyer. Any information you have, we'll get it out in our newsletters, and we'll make sure that we promote it on all of our Both Sides of the Conversation social media platforms. We thank you again, Queen. Continue to do the work. May the Lord bless you and everybody that works with you and everybody that you touch. May their lives get exponentially better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, community, there we have it. Another hidden gem has been uncovered. Sister Ayo, tell me, what did you get from tonight? What do you got?
I'm fired up. I just love her passion, like the power behind what she stands on. I appreciate how she highlighted those who hold us hostage to the version of us that they held the most power over. And I believe that it's those lived experiences that help us to elevate from that version that those people try to continue to bring us back to. You know, we've said it numerous times here. It's about connecting to correct and being the model behavior that we expect of others. And I believe Miss Marquita is the poster child of that, you know. I think that it is very important that because we have lived experience and we have been several versions of ourselves, that we no longer allow those things to be anchors, right? And we elevate each other. Like she says, she is in a village of women who believe in putting that hand back, extending that olive branch. You get to a certain level, it's not about competition, it's about collectivity, right? So for us in each and every one of our communities across America, let us remember that when we get to these higher standards, and not to forget where we've come from, but to utilize it as tackling fuel to get to where we want to go.
Well, Sister Ayo, I couldn't have said it any better myself. As always, your wisdom and how you capture moments is absolutely spectacular. Again, Sister Sims is a force to be reckoned with. Again, I know we need more people like her, because there are people who are literally born to bring the light of truth, love, and service to this world. And she is a shining example of a worker of light. And what she does, you can't put a price on the value of what she brings. So again, an absolute gem for us to be able to showcase. And also, community, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in. Again, we do have a survey. It's on SurveyMonkey. Please give us your feedback. Let us know how we're doing. We want to make sure that we can make these broadcasts and these shows as engaging and as entertaining as possible while we get the information out, because we are here to serve you, the community. So please go check out the survey, www.surveymonkey.com /BSOTC.podcast. So again, with that being said, on behalf of the Bishop John Henry, who's out as always serving in the community, we love you. We thank you for tuning in. And with that, we will bid you a good night, community.